Crypto market is confusing everybody. A lot of people would be looking for a top. Some of them are looking for a drop. Everything involved here looks choppy. But let me get this to you and let me get this straight. You look at each and every time the exact same thing happened. You go back, as you can see, you're going back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, as long as you want. It doesn't matter. Each and every time, not once, not twice. It's not about luck. It's about looking for the exact same thing happening in the chart over and over again with the same results. And if that's true, and 1 plus 1 is 2, then why would you look for another answer when the market is showing it as 1 plus 1? Let this be real. It is in the chart. Not my idea, not your idea. It's the market saying you that it is what's happening here. You can look for the exact same in XRP. You can look for the exact same in any markets. And each of them will say, I'm doing this. Whether it's dollar, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's the altcoin market. If they say, you listen. Because if you don't, that's where you get wrecked. And we don't want to. You don't want to lose that. Now, we're going to break this down into the easy format in short span so that you will digest this correctly and you will ride this bull market to the upside. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. You don't want this side of the equation, but you do want this part. And that's where it gets rough. Now, let's be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. You need to look through the charts and you need to understand what the chart is suggesting. Now, let's look for a simple equation. What is the MACD doing now? It's trying to cross to the upside, but it is slowing down. Okay. What is the RSI doing on Bitcoin on a weekly? The trend line, which was there from Feb 2024, we broke that to the upside. We are now retesting it. Fine. Now, to keep it simple, we'll look at the MACD and the price. Now, if you want to add on RSI with it, it's cool. But let's just look at this, keeping it simple. While the price is below the moving average, and then it's coming back up to cross it to the upside. So this is a weekly Bitcoin chart and a 21-day moving average. Why is this important? Because this dictates the market each and every time. You can go back and check it with the altcoins which you like. In general, altcoin market, it follows this, while Bitcoin does exact same. So first, the MACD, when it is about to cross to the upside on the positive territory, not the negative here, the downside, not in the negative numbers, in the positive numbers. You have one result. What is it? The MACD crosses to the upside, the price go to the upside, and the weekly candles in Heikin-Ashi remains green. Right now, what do you see? Heikin-Ashi is green. It's trying to break the moving average to the upside. The MACD is about to cross to the upside. It's very easy, but here is where it gets a little bit confusing. You put in the normal Heikin-Ashi chart with a lot of noise from the market. You see the price is trying to break back to the downside. Yeah, cool. Now, let's look what happened last time while the MACD was crossing to the upside. So this is October 2023. MACD crossed to the upside on a weekly Bitcoin chart on the positive zone. So the price was 26,000 and it went up to 48,000, $20,000 move. Just before that happened, the price dropped 8%. Sounds similar. 7 to 8% correction before the MACD crosses. If you've been studying hard on this topic, you already know what we are talking. Now we come back down. You go back in time, 2021. Remember, this doesn't happen every now and then. And when it's happening, you're going in and learning. So 2021 August, the MACD is crossing to the upside on the positive region of the MACD. Great. And what happens? Just after that, the price says, no, I'm going down. And the price comes down to 39,000 from 50,000. And then from that 39,000, it bounces directly to 69,000. That's a $30,000 move. Okay. If you want to go back all the way, we can do that. Not once, every time you can do that. The MACD crossing to the upside in the positive zone. What happens? Just before that, the market says, no, you're wrong, man. It's not going to cross to the upside. Get out. What was the end result? You can see this, right? So the price dropped 20%. The MACD was showing I'm crossing to the downside. And then the MACD shows I'm crossing back to the upside. And there comes another 10% drop before the next leg up. So to put this in perspective, it dropped to 10,000, close to that, and went all the way up to $65,000. The first big stop was at 40,000. That's big. Now, this one, it crossed to the upside, but it was not on the positive territory. So the movement or the impulse, the momentum, it was low. You only get the big momentum moves when the MACD is in the positive region. You can look that up. Now, you go back. Where was the time just before that when you got this? And you're like, okay, we have one here. It's okay. Now, just as the MACD was crossing up, what happened? The price dropped. Now, you measure that. The price dropped 30%, coming close and touching the moving average. And then you went back up. You go back again. You look at the next time. What was that? It's again showing you the MACD was crossing to the upside and the price dropped 7.5% to the downside. So the price dropped to $600 and then it went back up to 1,100. So you can go back as long as you want. But the end results of this, it's the same. So 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, that's simple. So if you do see all of that happening, yeah, one thing is normal. What? When the MACD is about to cross, expect a 7 to 8% drop at least. And that's not the sky falling down. A 10% drop will not be sky is dropping. It's a different attitude, guys. All that you have to do is to follow the trend. The easy way to do this is you put this on a daily and you look for the momentum side using Ranko chart. This is one of the easy idea to execute. Now, say you're a macro guy. Okay, you're finding a top. You're looking for a top. Now we put this in and the moment it turns red 2 times. Okay, now it's done. Okay, it actually shows you need to stay out unless there is a bounce back up. Here we came down, but we bounced immediately. Now put that on a higher horizon. It says, oh, whoa, we're slowing down. So what's the roof of that range? It's 63. Now, where are we? Close to 63, which is $62,000 right now. So any bounce above 62 on a weekly close is going to expand your range, which means next red candle is not coming. Rather, it's a green candle coming up. Now, that's a speculative part. We're trying to speculate on that. That maybe I'm wrong. But why am I speculating on that? Because by the time the monthly or the weekly close, you'll get 2 3-day close. And the 3-day shows me I'm green, man. I'm going up. When I go to the daily, it shows me I'm green, man. I'm breaking the moving average. So I go back. Each time when you break the moving average to the upside, is that it? Or you do continue? You do continue. From 48 to 53, a smaller rally. But before that, 49 to 69. So we see this. Okay, that's Ranko. You put this onto a Heikinashi. Remember, Bitcoin dictates the market. So if you don't want to hear about Bitcoin, that's hard on you. Because whether you like the altcoin or not, it is following Bitcoin. Now, altcoin market is giving you the exact same. Look at the weekly total tree. The MACD is almost about to cross to the upside in the positive zone. Barely in the positive zone. Now you go back. You look at what happened before that. You look at each and every time. You get the exact same results, guys. I mean, you drop. Yeah, I agree. You drop. On a short term, you drop 20%. When Bitcoin is dropping 8, you do 20. I agree. But unless you go levered like 5x, 10x, 20x, that 20% is not going to kill you. Now, if it's 8% drop, yeah, you can go 5x. It's okay. But if the market or that particular asset decides to drop 20, yeah, you're killed. You'll have to re-enter. You'll have to reposition. Now, the easy way. I mean, this is one of the easiest things to look for. When the RSI is here at 50, you're looking at the MACD. What's the MACD doing? Is it in the positive region or overbought region? Or is it in the negative one? Now, historically on a weekly, you don't actually see the altcoin market here going down this route. So the RSI is not dropping below 30. And right now the RSI stands at 50. And that RSI on a weekly chart shows you I'm following a trend line from last 2 years and more. Right? It started from May 2022. So 2.5 years, it's riding to the upside. Say you put this on a monthly chart. You can see clearly that there is a trend formation on the monthly RSI. And that's really choppy. Yeah? So the price action coming back down to test these lows should not be a surprise in a lot of assets. Because it is forming a bull flag. And that bull flag can remain inside this. It's not the first time. You've seen the exact same thing in the same cycle. You don't even have to go back to a previous cycle to check what happened with these bull flags. If you are positioned correctly and you have the perfect buy and you see a lot of your friends have the same, oh, we are in trouble. They don't want us to be in that position. They won't allow us to be in that position, at least psychologically, emotionally. They'll try to kick us out. You go into XRP, one of the best asset out there. Fundamentally, technology-wise, whatever you took, take it, it's okay. Now, the MACD is crossing to the downside on a 3-day. You go on a weekly chart and it says the MACD is trying to cross to the downside. We did cross to the upside, but not in the positive zone. Okay, fine. Now we go on a monthly. It's like, okay, I'm trying to cross back to the downside, but I'm in the positive zone. So any bounce off can give you literally big movements. So you go on a daily. You want to see if we are trying to make some patterns like that. Daily MACD is in the negative. We need that to be in the positive zone. The amount of manipulation in this asset, whether we agree or not, is substantially high. You put this on a 3-day, put this on a weekly, you will notice one thing. It's acting way more like a stable coin, man. This is your range. You're not doing much. And that's all the way from 2023, June. So you're still inside that choppiness. And just before that, you remained in another range for another 2 years. So it's been too long consolidating. So the next run up is going to be big. So now, easy part, keep this simple. You go look at your MACD. You go look at the weekly or monthly MACD. And now come down to the daily. It's okay. So the daily can literally say, okay, I've formed this local top after the 1, 2, 3. I'm now doing an ABC. Fine. You can come back down till that range. It's okay. Why is that okay? This is your breakout, guys. This is your breakout, which means a retest, a textbook retest, needs the price to come back down to $57,000, $58,000. Are you scared? I don't think we should be. because that's still the opportunity zone, a breakout, a retest. And then when the price rides this way, you want to join the party. But is the price directly going to come back down and touch this with an ABC? Or it will say, no, I fooled you. I broke higher, I retested it, I'm going up. So to understand that, the easy part, stay on a daily and look for the next drop. You can go up to 12 hour or 4 hour, it's okay. What you are trying to look here, the key is to see if we are forming a higher low. If we do that, yeah, the equation is different. You are now starting to trend back to the upside on your macro trend line. You are changing that room, which is good. So keep this simple. The altcoin market, it's showing you something, you want to follow that. So if you want to buy on the macro, you can buy when the price is at the support. The support structure was here. So to reach that support structure, the price can still drop 8, 9%, say 10%. It can still happen in most of the assets. Not the large caps, most likely the small to medium caps. But then the burst in those coins, it will also be big. So if you're trying to time the market, it is going to be definitely a tough ride for you. Because the whales would literally show you, I'm going down on a micro, but your macro is already suggesting you're going up. So then you break higher. This is how the trend changes, because remember, trend is your friend. You don't go against it. You are trending now to the upside. You have higher lows, higher highs being formed. And now you reach this range of resistance. You have a pattern. You have a measured move. So if we are going to break that to the upside, now you understand, okay, which direction we are going. This is your trend line. So the micro shows you, I'm breaking higher on the micro. The macro shows you, I broke higher. I'm retesting. Remember, this is altcoins. I broke higher, I retested. Now I'm trying to bounce off. This is where the higher low makes a lot of sense. If it doesn't make sense to you, you'll have to make it make sense. You break higher, you retest and form a higher low, and you start riding to the upside. And that higher low becomes the wave 1 day. The 1, the 2, the 3. So if we're going to do this, that's the 1. So 2 is coming. Just patience. It's hard. Just discipline. But it's hard. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button. And if you want to follow each and every chart of your portfolio personally, one-on-one session, everything breaking down into you, just one-on-one, you can use the link in the description and get to me. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.